but again, it's stuff I'm discovering as I thin out and get rid of the underbrush. Good morning. All right, so I've already been to the store. I bought my hinges, my hinge pins. So I'm just out here at that the back portion. I brought the gate out, just threw it on the mule and drove really carefully. And so I slid it into position. I've marked off the bottom host hole. Got it dug. Oh, you can see all the way through. That was cool. Hey, look at that all the way through. And so I'll just get this fence put on there, and then that's going to take it up for the perimeter. And that's fantastic. I'm just looking forward to having this finally set. There it is, looking good. Of the 3 fences that I put up, this is the only one that's going to swing all the way through easily on its own. So I got that going for me. 3rd time's a charm. Here's the thing that's a little bit of a catch is with all the hardware, like the other pieces of fence wrapping, the bracing wire and all that just happened to be at the same spot. So it's not as deep into the post as I would like. I mean, obviously deep enough because I could get a nut on the other end and crank that down, but it'll work. And that's it for the perimeter. I feel like I should have a party or something. I have an idea. I'm going to Disney. And there you have it. Good time. Get back in time to take care of the animals for this evening. Good morning. All right, good time yesterday. That was a nice little getaway. We had fun. Got back in time to do the evening chores with the animals, so that was good. And so it should be a quiet day today. Nothing specifically planned. I've been doing a lot of cleanup along the edge of the woods, picking up debris from stuff that's left over from me clearing areas, but yeah, nothing specifically going on, so it should be relaxing today. So I'm going to leave the steers on this piece for one more day because there's a lot of forage up on this end. And I don't know if they just don't like that grass or what. They're doing pretty good on the rest of it. There's chunks of it here and there, so they'll find their way to getting plenty to eat. And then I think what'll happen tonight after I put them in, I'll move the fence line, bring that whole thing over to align with the edge of the pen here. And then this fence line, I'll move over here, and that'll open this whole center section up for them. Which you can see, I was doing a little experiment. So I cut this, but I didn't cut that after the steers had been on it previously. And I was just curious how the grass was going to come back and how it would compare and what they would eat. So we're going to find out. See the way they do it? The tongue reaches out and grabs the grass and pulls it into their mouth. So today was not that thrilling, but necessary. Making piles, clearing out some of the low stuff that's been growing up so I can start clearing out, dead tree like this, small tree like this that's growing where I don't want it. Eventually I'll get to cutting some of these bigger trees out as I start working towards that. This kind of stuff is what I'm looking to clean out of here. Let me show you. Sticks, old vines, looks like old fence posts. These are things I find out as I rip out all the low brush. And then other things like this, like here it is, old barbed wire that's still wedged into a fence, or into the tree. And so I'll follow it, pull as much of it out as I can. And as I clean the brush, I just keep pulling them out. And then when I get to a point that it's not coming out anymore, take the bolt cutters, cut it off down as deep in the ground as I can get, just to avoid exposure I think over time these things are going to come back more and more as animals get in there and disturb the ground, and that's just how it goes. You know, I'll just have to stay on top of it. Made this pile pretty good size today, clearing out a whole bunch of stuff that was all through here. So this dead tree's going to go. This mid-sized tree here in the middle is going to go, because all it's doing is shooting up in there and kind of getting in the way of the big tree. It's just trying to do his job. Cleared up a bunch of this stuff. Finding these weird little red stakes all along the way here. I don't really know what those are doing. And I haven't found anything or talked to anybody who might know why they're there. But again, it's stuff I'm discovering as I thin out and get rid of the underbrush and start cleaning out dead trees, thin trees, things that I don't want. Again, just opening up access for the pasture areas. And then, you know, these trees will have to come out here eventually, these little ones that are crowding the big guy here. But it's getting to the point, it's starting to rain now. And so I'm gonna go inside and let that rain happen. And then come back out. The steers have used up, I think, pretty much all of the forage in that pasture area that I've had for them. So I'm going to move the fences tonight right after I close them in. I'll move those fences so that in the morning I can just come out, open the gate, and they can move on to some fresh forage, and that'll be great. They'll like that very much, I think. Back here where chickens and steers were originally, and they've been back through here once before, you can see this is already starting to grow back pretty good. Yeah, the rain's starting to come down harder though, so I'm gonna go in. And one of the hives, you know, the hives have multiple sections. One of the sections got taken out by ants who got in there and took over and killed the bees, and you know, we're going after the honey and whatnot. So that was pretty savage. So you know, beekeepers having to deal with that. That's kind of sad though. Bummed me out. Okay, got batteries. You can hear the rain on the roof because I got a roof on my pole barn. So that's telling us how it's going out here. I'm going to make a walk for the house while it's doing it. Got the batteries charging up, so that means tomorrow morning when I come out, I'll be able to get those battery operated devices going again. And when I come out and do my evening chores, shutting up the chicks and all that stuff, I'll swap batteries. It should be done by then. But yeah, here it is. A little bit of moisture. Clouds are telling the story, but I don't think it'll last that long. So I'll tell you what, it's been a good week. I think that's gonna do it from here. Talk to you later.